want to go over this Depends undergarment. It's now called Depend, and this is an old one. People found this a long time ago, but I like to go over things that we've already hit once. Maybe go just a slight bit deeper into it. Well, so mostly what you find is Depend when you try to look up Depends, either in newspapers here or elsewhere online. So here we have a Depends, and I guess I'll try to point out the difference between how it's used in. It's like saying it in the plural versus just the singular for Depend protective undergarments. So that's how they're using it there. Depends protective undergarments, and this is Depend protective undergarments. So they're using it the same way. Now that's just the descriptive term commercially. And we have Depends. Move on here. So this is something like I guess you'd call it a rip-off brand, or something they probably another company sells to old folks' homes. Attends. It's obvious kind of rip-off of Depends. And here we have like a nursing home. Depends, poise pads, and they're kind of going by like they have Attends. They have all the different kinds you can get. It's the basic corporate name they're going by. They're not talking about you can get many of these like Albinas and Mullacares. They're going by kind of what they're called. Can't produce enough Depends protective underwear. That's Depends. They're constantly calling them Depends in these articles where they use Depends. They're not just saying once as either possessive or plural. However you want to say that. Depends briefs here. And then amongst the other, brand names, Clark's Depends. And there they're putting apostrophe for the possessive of that. Clark's, Kimberly Clark, Depends, and poise. What else we got here? Depend. Here's this one. It's just Depend. Depend undergarments. I don't know why I got that one up. Depends. Here we go. Was it worth it? Depends. And they make it's not like that will depend, or depends. That's the upshot of the joke is the word the name brand Depends. Market leader Depends. Depends. Along with it doesn't not depend, and more scarcity of Depends. Oh, here's where you can depend on June Allison. There goes the Depends lady. Why would you'd say depend lady? Promoting Depends. What are we talking about here? Yep, Depends. Okay, there it is. Depends. So, taste the rainbow of depends. This person uses the red depends. So, this person's using a lot of it. They have the registered trademark following the S. So, look at this joke. Totally depends because he used it following a depends commercial. He would say something different. He would say that might depend. You know, depends. It's the one shot joke you make. That depends or depends. Where am I going here? Depends joke will always be a staple. SNL. So that's what they're talking about there. Depends. Is a brand. And this person here. It depends. Well, this she talks about here. Depend undergarments. Depend on depends. Why would she say depend on depends when it's called depend? She should say you can depend on depend. Well, I mean, you know, plural. I guess she's putting the apostrophe after the. Well, she's putting the apostrophe after the S. There it is. You know, just look at it. So she's putting the apostrophe after the. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'll let the English majors argue over that one, but oh lordy. Depends. Adult diaper jokes. That depends. And here we have a bunch of YouTube art things with depend humor. And in this video they say depend, but they're talking about depends. And here we have depends. It's the whole upshot of the joke. So, you know, I found a bunch of this stuff, and make of it what you will. It's already been gone over. I'm going over it again. Not too much into the why and the wherefore of the Mandela effect. You know, it's something I'm just, you know, we've all got like our theories so far, and that's all it is. Still all it is. And so just looking at this stuff. So, all right, thanks for watching.